records and making history is not a normal thing for everyone. However, Cristiano Ronaldo is yet among the headlines as he has become the first player to win 3 major European leagues, that in England, Spain and Italy. Good morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. National Human Rights Commission expresses discontent, citing the proposed act tends to stifle its jurisdiction. Claims the new provision would lead to further impunity. Descendants of late leader Suvarna Shamshar Rana resort to illicit consumption of state land, contrary to Rana's altruistic nature. NCP leader Rawal urges the party to probe into the matter. Ukrainians head to the polls in a runoff election to pick the country's next president. Voters face a stark choice between Petro Poroshenko and Volodymyr Zelensky. And Juventus secure the Serie A title with 5 matches to spare. Sea of Fiorentina 2-1. Cristiano Ronaldo becomes first player to win 3 major European leagues. Let us now begin with the latest national political updates. The government is preparing to formulate a law that is likely to stifle the jurisdiction of the National Human Rights Commission. Meanwhile, the government has drafted a bill that relieves the Commission of its right to issue directives on penalties and compensation over incidents of human rights violations. This has provoked conflict between the Commission and state authority. The bill forwarded by the government is aimed at amending the existing act related to the jurisdiction of the National Human Rights Commission. The bill has proposed that the Commission will now need to mandatorily file recommendation at the Office of the Attorney General to take any action or impose compensation against any government official or authority in case of human rights violations. The proposed law will bestow the Office of the Attorney General the overall right to probe into cases by itself and direct the Commission to carry out further investigation in case of inadequate evidences. The Human Rights Commission, however, has expressed discontent over the proposed provision and has demanded the government to revise the bill, citing that the law would infringe on the autonomy and independence of the Commission. Legal experts and human rights activists have stated that the proposed law is against the constitutional provision aimed at safeguarding the Commission's independence and that it would further strengthen the prospects of impunity. The issue of government officials colluding with land mafia to transfer the ownership of 113 rupees of government land to individuals' names is currently making headlines. The state had legally acquired more than 284 rupees of land owned by Suvarna Shamshar Rana, one of the founding leaders of Nepali Congress 6 decades earlier. It has been revealed that Rana's family members have yet again acquired the same land via illicit means with the help of middlemen for the past 29 years. Rana had played a significant role for the success of the 2051 People's Uprising against the then Rana oligarchy. He lent both financial and technical support, leading to the accomplishment of the movement. Rana assumed the position of finance minister for 2 times, followed by chairmanship of an elected government after the end of the Rana regime. He was commended for proving himself as an exceptional politician who did not even receive any salary or benefit during his terms in office, but donated a large portion of his private land in a bid to abolish the then provision of tax exemption on land enjoyed by the erstwhile rurals. Contrary to his altruistic nature, Rana's descendants, however, have been found illicitly attaining the very land acquired by the state and selling it to the third party. Suvarna's son, Rukma Shamshar Rana himself has been found being involved in the illegal transaction of the land by deceiving the state. Meanwhile, General Secretary of the ruling Nepal Communist Party, Bishnu Paudel, has made it to the list of those accused in the illicit transaction of the 113 rupees of public land in Balwata. NCP's standing committee member Vim Rawal has expressed discontent, citing that the party has failed to exhibit any seriousness to probe into the matter. Leader Rawal has also criticized the working modality of chairman duo KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal over the intra-party integration process and the government's performance. Rashtriya Janata Party Nepal RJP has alleged CK Raut of being operated by external elements. Raut was drawn into mainstream politics by the government via 11-point agreement. RJP made the accusation at a program held in the capital yesterday afternoon to observe its 3rd establishment day. The party leaders went on to allege that Raut and his associates do not even have any political agenda due to being operated by the forces outside of the country. They also said that the party had not considered Raut as a competitor for the same reason. The provincial and local governments have started troubling the visiting tourists with different ambiguous rules and repeated fees in various pretexts at a time when the government is preparing for Visit Nepal year 2020 in a bid to attract both domestic and foreign tourists at various destinations. Tourists were required to pay a certain amount of fee only at the Department of Tourism for Mount Everest expedition. The local governments, however, have started imposing additional fees from tourists at different levels, while those attempting are also now required to pay an extra fee at the Everest National Park. While the government has come up with different schemes aimed at attracting the foreign tourists in the year 2020, the additional fees imposed on the tourists that too at various levels has but led to the discomfort and distraction of the foreigners visiting for mountain expeditions. In addition to that, the complicated administrative processes and inefficient services have added to the difficulties of the foreign tourists. Experts are of the view that this would lead to the decline of quality tourists who would prefer not to financially compromise during their stay in the country. Chhatar rural municipality of Terathum has begun providing 100,000 to 500,000 rupees in subsidies for business proposals as a motivating factor for those migrating to the village from elsewhere, as the village is at the verge of going empty with many leaving for elsewhere. The rural municipality came up with this program as the development works were affected with declining population because of people leaving to other places. Chhatar rural municipality came up with the idea of subsidies to increase the population, which has declined as people have left for elsewhere in search of better facilities. The rural municipality has begun the subsidy program to proceed with its development works as the cost of investment currently has increased in sectors of road, electricity, drinking water, communications, health and education because of the reduced population. The rural municipality aims to provide between 100,000 to 500,000 rupees based on the business proposals for those migrating to the village. In our public voice segment, we had asked the service seekers at ward number 18 of Biratnagar Metropolis regarding what they think about the service delivery at the office. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
बिल मात्र एक ठाउँमा एउटा कम्प्युटरको बिल दिन्छ 500,000 को त्यो मात्रै हो बाद बाकी 3-4 ठाउँमा जुन पैसा लिन्छ त्यो पैसाको कुनै बिल भरपाई छैन
सुलभ र राम्रो छिटै समयमा काम गरेर पठाउनु हुन्छ
जसले आउँदैन भने सोधपुछ पनि गर्न मान्छे हुन्छ त्यहाँनिर सबै थोक भन्दिन्छ अनि कसो कसो प्रक्रियाहरू हुन्छ नि सबै बताइदिन्छ अनि त्यसपछि यहाँ एक दिन अब सोधेर जान्छ अर्को दिन आउँछ काम भइहाल्छ त्यसमा केही अप्ठ्यारो छैन
विवाह दर्ता बनाउन जादा 4-5 दिन लगायो खुदायो धेरै त्यस्तै कामहरू भइरहेको छ अब जस्तै जग्गाको रसिद काट्दाखेरि त्यो मालपोत कतिको दरले काट्छ त्यो जानकारी दिँदैन हामीलाई
एउटा निवेदन लेखेर ल्याइसकेको थिए उहाँहरुले सही गरिदिनु भयो मेरो सिफारिस क्लियर भयो 2 मिनेट पनि लागेन
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, how do you find the rural municipalities program of providing subsidies to those migrating to the villages? Your options are A. Campaign to uplift villages, B. Opportunity for entrepreneurship, and C. Ploy to finish the budget. The voting is on. You can type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. With this, let us move on to the sports news.
Sports news.
Juventus have become the Serie A champions after a 2-1 win against Fiorentina. Fiorentina had first scored in the 6th minute through Milenkovic. However, Juventus equalized through Alexandro in the 37th minute, while an own goal from Pezzella in the 53rd minute sealed the title for the Old Lady. The win against Fiorentina secured the title for Juventus with 5 league matches remaining. Juve now have 87 points from 33 matches. Also, Portuguese star forward Cristiano Ronaldo has now made yet another history as he has become the first player to win 3 major leagues in Europe. Cristiano has now won the English Premier League, Spanish La Liga and Italian Serie A. No player had won these 3 leagues before. The National Sports Council spent 240 million rupees at Mahindra Stadium in Nepalganj for the 8th National Games. However, the players have not been able to lay their foot on the stadium inaugurated by the President while playing there remains village ground instead of the stadium. Standing at the parapet of the stadium, President Bidyadevi Bhandari had inaugurated the 8th National Games. However, despite the nearing conclusion of the National Games, matches have not been played in the stadium yet. The stadium has not been completely prepared owing to the irresponsibility at the part of the council, which has compelled the players to play football in an ill-managed ground 8 kilometers away in D village of Khazura. The ground of D village is uneven and does not have a complete grass surface. The ground does not meet standards to host a national-level football match, while there is no parapet for the spectators. 7 provincial teams and 3 departmental sides have participated at the football competition. However, the players have not been able to exhibit their talent because of the ground, which fails to meet several standards. Organizing committee has accepted this shortcoming as well. Hosting the football matches in a ground of a village has raised questions on the investment made in Mahindra Stadium. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.